Today we have a 2009 C350. We'll be replacing the front struts. All right, also first thing we're gonna do is remove the tire here, the wheel. Normally with a Mercedes, you're gonna use a number 17 socket with the impact gun. This one obviously uses a wheel lock, so I'm going to get this wheel removed, and we'll head to the next step. After removing the wheel with the 17mm socket and the impact gun, we're gonna remove these 3 bolts here with an E12. I went ahead and marked it just so we can put them back in the same position as well. So let's go ahead and remove these, and then we'll get back to the bottom. After removing the 3 bolts up top, we can use a number 19 socket and an impact gun and remove the sway bar link from here. So after removing that nut holding the sway bar link, we'll just push it to the side. It'll come out eventually when we get the strut out. Now with a pair of wire cutters, we're gonna remove this zip tie here, holding this in place. Once we do that, with an E14, we're gonna remove 2 nuts. One here, as well as one right here. After that, we'll get to the next step. Now with an E18 on this end and a 21mm wrench on this end, we're gonna remove this last bolt. Once we do that, we can kind of wiggle this out and push the sway bar link to the side and just completely bring it out forward. So with the strut removed from the spindle here, as you can see, we'll just wiggle it down, bring it down that way and get it out completely, and get ready to compress this in order to switch it out. With the strut compressed like so, we're gonna use a 22mm socket and our impact gun, remove the nut here, and completely drop the strut assembly, replacing it with our new one here. As you can see that on the strut assembly, the spring will go into this channel here and go around, so it's only can go one way. So we're also gonna go ahead and transfer the boot here to here as well. So let's get this done. So I've got my new strut installed here with my bolts pretty much just threaded in place. The way I did it pretty much was just swung it in and set the 3 bolts up top in place first, just to hold it in. Once I did that, I did the 2 at the bottom, those E14s down here. And once I got those in, obviously just swung this spindle into the strut here, put this E18 in with the nut, then swung my sway bar in and just thread everything in. So now what you can do is you can use the impact gun to tighten it all down, or just put it back to the marks. As you can see, I made some marks on where they would go on pretty much all my bolts here. So let me go ahead and tighten this up and we'll be done. All right, y'all, so my strut is now fully installed here. Tightened everything down, the strut, sway bar link, top nut bolt here, as well as the 2 bolts on the side here. After I tightened those down, went ahead and just finished up tightening these up here. Made a mark on where they were at, so I was able to put them back into place. I ended up having to replace this one because whoever installed this before stripped it, so I had to replace it. Also an FYI, if y'all have a, if it's still kind of loose, the middle center nut here, you can always remove the cover. This is not a cover. Whoever did this before lost the cover. You can always remove it and tighten down a 22mm nut again once the vehicle was on all the wheels and the weight's on top of it. You can see what it would normally look like on this end here. Just kind of get a little flathead, just pull it to the side and you'll see the nut exposed. You can tighten it down from there to get a nice tight fit. So that's pretty much it now. Just do the same on the other side and you'll be done. So thanks for watching, y'all. Please like and subscribe. More videos to come.